My name is Victoria Nunez. I am from El Paso, Texas. I'm actually from a small town on the east side called San Luis, Texas. I went to UTEP in the years of 2010 to 2014. I was fortunate enough to be on the volleyball team. I received my bachelor's in kinesiology during those 4 years, and then after that I was fortunate enough to get accepted into the Doctor of Physical Therapy program at UTEP. So I was there for about 2.5 years, and then I received my doctorate in December of 2016, and I've been a physical therapist since then. I love it. I'm still working in El Paso. I actually work in a private practice clinic on the far west side, and I specialize in sports-related injuries, which is obviously not a surprise because I was an athlete. And I actually do women's health pelvic floor dysfunction, and I am certified in dry needling as well. I am married to a volleyball fanatic too, and we're currently expecting our first child, and it's a girl, so yay females. So I was introduced into volleyball by my sisters. I'm the youngest of 5 siblings. Both of my sisters, April and Valerie, they were very big in athletics. And I was that annoying little sister that I would just go with them all the time into their practices and their open gyms and their games. And I really, really enjoyed it, and I loved the sport so much. And they taught me, they were teaching me how to spike, how to pass, and how to set. And I had a volleyball attached to me all the time, and I just really enjoyed it. As I got older, I was an 8th grader, and we started hearing more about club volleyball, and it was very, very popular, but it was also very expensive. And both of my parents were like, hey, let's try it. You know, I think you have the opportunity, I think you have the talent. And so I did club volleyball for 5 years, and that's when I realized that I had the opportunity to potentially play college volleyball. These tournaments are huge, and so there was college recruits there all the time, and I started getting, I would talk to my mom and be like, I think this could be a thing. This could be a thing. I could probably get a scholarship one day. And so I think both of my parents were like, that this is an investment for her future, so let's keep her in club volleyball. And I was lucky enough the end of my junior year. Angela Mooney at the time, she was the volleyball assistant coach at UTEP. She took me aside and she said that they wanted to recruit me for the 2010 class. And it was like surprising news. I wasn't expecting that. And so I didn't decide to play for UTEP until the following year, my senior year. And that's when I officially signed for UTEP. Being a female athlete, I did face a lot of challenges. Ever since I was younger, typically it happened around high school time. I had male coaches most of the time, and female sports have been already involved for such a long time, and still I had those coaches and spectators, male in particular, that would come up to me and tell me that I was never going to make it, that I was short enough, I wasn't good enough, and I needed to stop wasting my time. And surprisingly, that sometimes could shoot your pride down, but I used it as fuel. I wanted to prove them wrong, and I would vent to my parents, and my dad would be like, don't listen to them, they don't know anything, you have the talent. And so I used it as fuel to prove them wrong, and I did, so it's awesome. For the young female athletes, the advice I can give is to ignore the noise, ignore the negativity. The only person that is in control of your success is yourself. And so I would say, if you have the dream, if you want something, you go out and do it. Put the drive, put the hours, put the dedication, because at the end of the day, it's going to be from you, and it's going to be worth it at the end. For the next 50 years in Title IX, I'm excited for more spectators and more support, especially for our female sports. And I think just the involvement of athletes and just seeing the talent on the court, on and off the court, on and off the field. I think it's a really exciting time for those young athletes to get to receive that opportunity to play in the next level. But I think just the support from the city on those female athletes, I think it's really, really awesome, and it's 100% a self-esteem boost for these athletes as well. I think it's very important for me to give back to the program because I am from here, and I do take a lot of pride from the school that I received my education in, and let alone given the opportunity to play at the Division I level. Whether that's going to every single home game or posting on social media that I'm supporting the UTEP volleyball program, I think it gives a lot of just regular support to the athletes, but also just appreciating the time that I spent here too, and being proud of the athletes that are currently in the succeeding program. And I think it's even better because the last few years, it's been a wonderful program. They've made a huge shift, and I think it's something to take pride in and to really even just like potentially talk to those recruits. I know sometimes some of the coaches will be like, hey, we have UTEP alumni here. Let's talk to them about their experience and getting them to join the camps and just supporting them in that sense. I think that's really important. And I think just the best way to explain it is just to be proud from where you received your education and where you were able to develop as an individual. Because I grew so much as a person just being a student athlete, and I think it prepared me for my career. And so I do take a lot of pride in that.
In the community to just invest
yeah.
in, UTEP volleyball.
So I stayed in the 915. I stayed in El Paso. I just love the city here, and I love the culture here, and I do love that obviously my family's here, but the support here compared to other cities I feel like is very different. And I think we all have seen that UTEP Volleyball in particular broke records this year compared to other schools in the conference because of the attendance that we had at the volleyball games. And I think it's that family culture that we have here in the city, and I think that's something that my husband and I really, really enjoy, and we wanted to stay here and take advantage of that. And volleyball is huge here, and we're big volleyball fanatics, so I feel like that support system in the volleyball community is something that you don't get everywhere else. As I stated earlier, we're expecting a girl. My husband and I already know that she's playing volleyball no matter what. But anywho, so him and I grew up in a very athletic family. Both of my parents played sports, his parents played sports, and so it kind of was ingrained in us when we were younger. My mom claims that she was a very, very good basketball player, and I think she was, because I don't think she would lie about it. And my dad was very good at volleyball, baseball, football, so they were very talented in those sports. But she also talked about how it was different for her when she was growing up because she didn't have that family support, which was unfortunate for her. But both my parents wanted the difference for us. And so they were at every single game. They never missed. Even when I was here at UTEP and we would travel, they would travel sometimes with us, which was awesome. And so my husband and I want to make sure that we have that for our daughter, and she has the same opportunities that I was given. And if she wants something, she needs to go out there and work for it, and it's not going to be handed to her on a silver platter. And so we're hopeful that she has that opportunity to, if she wants to play golf, she wants to play softball, basketball, volleyball, that opportunity is there for her, and we're going to be there to support her and those decisions that she makes.